Now, is he transporting a dead body? Or am I crazy? Alright guys, we're going to load up the first car in the trailer this morning, and it's going to be this Audi R8 here, convertible. We're going to be putting it upstairs this morning. It's going to be my first putting it in the trailer, obviously, in my last out. So we're all the way from the back of the trailer onto the lift, up, and then in there, and all strapped down. So yeah, here we go. Up we go. This car is not that heavy, so this lift's going to go up pretty easily. Start button. And rolling on forward. Put it in park. E-brake. Off. Steering wheel nice and straight. Yeah, that looks good. All right guys, we're at our third pickup for this trip going up to Philly. You can see I got the wagon in here. I got the R8. All right, you got the real deal Holyfield right here. The Yeti. Yeah, we ain't getting paid to bring that, but we bring it anyways. This car I'm picking up, two-door Mercedes. Right, little convertible going up to just the southwest side of Philly. Of course, she's got the white seats. Ugh, Tesla's got the white seats, he's got the white seats. So we put the bags on, we put the seat condoms on. And that way, we don't have any troubles. We'll take care of the customer, we don't want to be messing around. We don't want zero chance I get a little grease, rubber, even though you know you're clean. You never know, you're rubbing around on the trailer, rubbing on the floor, everything could happen. So we put this little seat on, spin you around, sit over lay it down. And I got these off Amazon. I think they're like 80 bucks for like I don't know, 500 of them or something, maybe less than that, I don't even know. Minimal expense, I mean, for what we got going on here, so yeah. So you stick that on there. That way, we do the best we can to earn the money, and these type of things is what helps with tips too. You know, you show up, the car's clean, it's all good, so. We got a car in the air. Put the Benz upstairs, and let me just show you kind of how I strap everything down. So we have this lock mechanism, right? I try to get it as low as possible while we're traveling. Lower center of gravity, just all better. So, but still leave enough clearance for the car underneath, which you can see is plenty. So what I did was, I had it originally on this lock, so I brought it up just a little bit, released it. There's a lever up there which I lift up, and then it allows this thing to release, and it goes in here. Yeah, so I then lowered it down to this lock. But once it's on this lock, that's great. The weight is, you know, pushing down on it from the car, obviously, and it's all good. But don't think for 1 minute this whole thing won't hop up. This whole floor with the car, picture you driving on the road and you hit a bump, you go low, right? And then you go high, like you lift out of your seat. Well, that negative G-force, I guess you could say, that's 4,000 some pounds of car. It's gonna lift that lift right off of that. And it's not gonna go anywhere, but it's just gonna sit there and just bang this shit out of the lift. And so what I do is I do this. I put a strap right from the lift, right around to the lift. And it's not even that tight, really. It's just to keep momentum from going upwards. That's all it's gonna do. It's gonna keep this thing from jumping up. This is not going to necessarily keep the suspension moving. I don't want to keep the suspension moving with that, but it's going to keep it in place. The car's in park, of course. It has the emergency brake on. And then the last thing I do when the car's flying in the air is I do this suspension strap. So I don't know if you can tell, I got a strap running right to the subframe of the car with a soft loop, no metal contact. I bring it back here with a axle strap right to the lift, and all it does is it pulls it down. It's not even crazy tight. It's just a matter of keeping the suspension travel, keeping the car from flying up and down, up and down, up and down, so we don't have any issues of it, you know, bouncing too much. It bounces too much, it might pop these loose. It could make this move. That's the thing, when you're flying cars in the air in a stacker, you got to take into account for everything. And I can assure you, I've seen it. These cars move more so than the ones on the floor, so you have to take an extra precaution. Yes, you're making more money and you're getting that extra money for enclosed and doing all that, but you got to do some work for it. So it just is what it is. So I put the strap down here. By doing this, it pulled the suspension down. It pulls it down and it keeps it from going up, which is more important. I don't want this thing just bouncing around everywhere. And then this is the last precaution. I put this bungee. I run it through the handle of the strap clip here. So God forbid, let's say this whole thing would have come loose, right? This can never fall in the car below it because the bungee's going to hold it up. And I make sure that I use the regular clip here that snaps into place as opposed to like a hook, just a J hook. Because if I put that hook in here and it could bounce through, this isn't going to allow it to pop out. The bungee's going to allow it to stay. You know, just eliminating problems. So yeah, so I didn't pull the other E450 up. I didn't pull it up all the way because I'm just getting ready to go up to Vero and grab one more car, and I got to pull this out to put this car's gonna go in the back. It's gonna go last. All right, last pickup of the day. Bam, 69 Corvette, small block 4-speed car, but just in the wrapper, as they say. I kind of had to hurry up and get it loaded as the guys there at Motor City were getting ready to close, go home. So I didn't want to dilly-dally. So yeah, I'm just going up to Bethlehem, Pennsylvania. Lancaster for the R8. The white Benz is going to like Westchester area, I believe, and the Benz upstairs, the wagon, that's Huntington Valley. So all just on the outskirts of Philadelphia. Let me get moving. Nothing but windshield time ahead, so we'll catch you on the deliveries. Hashtag Hotshot life. Smoked a bearing, really nice guy. Gave me a shout out just as I was rolling up. So no damage, nothing, just the bearing came apart. I just greased them. I grease every time before I go and just failure out. So we're on the side of the road, hardly any traffic, so it's like whatever. And I just got done rebuilding and repacking all the new bearings. I had all the hubs here, but they're the wrong size. So I had about half a dozen new bearing kits, a new bearing kit for every wheel just to sit there. So I just repacked them, cleaned and brake cleaned everything off of there, and just putting them back together. I already had it jacked up. It's like there's hardly anybody out here. I just said screw it. I'm about 8 feet off the side of the road and hardly any traffic. So yeah, not ideal obviously, but that's it. We get back to it. All right, about an hour all in, I guess, which it is what it is. Got the wheel back on. Rebuilt both bearings, both races. I had all the red tacky. You can see my little spotlight going, my triangles out there. Had all the red tacky grease with me. Had enough bearings to do everything, and it's hard to tell because I can't do it when the tires running. But she spins nice. Is what it is. Got just a nice little wiggle to it, just like the rest of them. That's all you can do. So I'm gonna put the phone down and get the hell out of here. today is delivery and pickup day. It's always the madness day. It's the drop 4, pick 4, try to do it all in 8 hours while some of the dealerships are open, and then the COVID-19 thing, they have limited hours. So today's a mad dash. So we're stopping off right now. We're in Westchester, dropping off the first one, and we got a couple right here locally at Huntington Valley and in the area here, and we got to hand up to Allentown and eventually make our way to Manheim, PA today. So we got some miles to cover. We got a bunch of cars that get out of here and a couple to get in. We're gonna have a couple, I'm gonna have a couple pickups before I do the drops, just because of the way the mileage works. So it is what it is. Unload and load cars, not that big a deal. So all right, drop number 2. I gotta drop the wagon down, so I gotta unload that, bring it out, lower this all the way down, unstrap it, and then drop it off over there. So not a big deal. It's gonna take me just a couple minutes, but just part of stacker life, I guess. It just is what it is. So I'm gonna set you down in time lapse, and we'll get to it. So we got the wagon out, and let me flip this around. Just got the vet. I got to go about 45 minutes north of here, drop that off. I got to pick up a Porsche Cayman here in a minute, and we still got the R8 hanging out up top. I got to take it all the way over to Manheim, PA. So that's kind of my last stop. So, but yeah, so that's it. I just took off time lapse and just getting through the day. So we're gonna go ahead and strap this one back down all 4 corners and get up the road. And the light just went out. So I guess we'll just figure it out. The conditions just aren't ideal. So we're out here in Pennsylvania, like a hurricane came through today, just for an hour or two, knocked power out everywhere, but just made everything, as we in Florida call it, a sippy hole. So we got stuck on a little bit on the side road, and just mud, you know. Now I gotta hit the truck wash. It is what it is, keep rolling. I don't know if you can tell, see that power line right there? The storm today blew it completely over. Isn't that crazy? It was a hurricane. My man, he says, you know what he says? He says, I'm too ugly to prostitute. Come on, man. Have some self-esteem. All right, guys. Manheim, PA. Biggest auto auction in the world. I got to drop the Audi R8 off this morning, and I got to take these other 2 cars out that are going back south. So I'm going to put you in time warp mode and get on with it.